Welcome to the functional anatomy portion of quarantine. In this video, we are going to cover the specific anatomy that is relevant to this course. Before we start, I just want to say, I think you'd be hard-pressed to find a workout program on the market today that not only gives you an amazing workout, but also includes the education that you need in order to understand the importance of the exercises you are implementing. I can confidently say that quarantine is designed to not only help you achieve your dream of flat abs, but will give you the functional information necessary to make better choices in the gym once you graduate from the course. So here we go. The core refers primarily to the abdominal wall that is in charge of stabilizing the spine, the rib cage, the shoulders, hips, and extremities. However, when we speak of the musculoskeletal system, there is truly nothing that can be excluded from the core. The core includes all of the stabilizer muscles that function to hold joints and body segments in proper position so that the other muscles can carry out movement. Remember this rule: we recruit from the core out. If you want big biceps or huge glutes but have no core function, injury is inevitable. The specific muscles we will talk about today are the transversus abdominis, the external and internal oblique, the rectus abdominis, the diaphragm, the multifidus, and the pelvic floor. Rather than get very specific with the function of each of these muscles, I will include a general synopsis of what we are looking at. The transversus abdominis is the deepest abdominal muscle and pressurizes the core. It is the first muscle to fire in any movement. The internal and external obliques are particularly helpful for rotating the trunk. The external oblique is the largest abdominal muscle and is technically a lower abdominal muscle. The obliques are synergistic with each other, such that they help store energy via fascial mechanisms in the core. The rectus abdominis is the muscle we classically refer to as the six-pack. It has 8 sources of nerve supply, which is pretty incredible considering that most muscles only have 2. This means it can perform multiple functions at once, being both a stabilizer, prime mover, antagonist, synergist, etc., all at the same time. It is commonly targeted in abdominal conditioning programs because it is the hallmark of having a strong core. I'll teach you shortly how this may not be so true and how a strong six-pack isn't necessarily what you are looking for. The diaphragm is technically a respiratory muscle, but it is essential for proper bracing to ensure safety in movement. The lumbar portions of the multifidus contribute significantly to your deadlift or squat. They function to stabilize the lower back. The pelvic floor supports the organs in the pelvic basin and is important for sexual function. When the pelvic floor contracts, the organs in the pelvic basin are elevated. The core is extremely important for your movement and well-being. Proper activation of the core allows one to complete specific movement patterns with grace and ease, such as lifting heavy boxes in and out of a car, picking up grandchildren, or participating in your favorite sport and performing at your best. Good core activation ensures minimal spinal loading, such that the pressure in the spinal discs is met with an increase in the activation of the deep abdominals. Unfortunately, we are exposed to trainers and physical therapists with very poor knowledge of how the core should work. This is not a jab at those individuals. It is simply a reflection on the fact that we are in need of serious help. Poor training technique is taught in gyms and online programs all over the world, which is why I created the course to help you figure this all out. Poor training technique can weaken your stabilizer system, increase spinal loading, disrupt posture, and increase the likelihood of injury. Great training technique, on the other hand, in the form of functional core conditioning, can help you lift heavier weights, look better aesthetically, feel better in your body, and so much more. Furthermore, the organs and glands share innervation with the muscles of the core and back. If you have a poor diet and poor lifestyle habits, you can never outtrain these to feel better. A backed up liver will cause global issues in your musculoskeletal system. It is no wonder that those who are out of shape often have low back pain and other chronic pain. This is why we have included the nutrition and stress management information in this course that can help you reclaim your health as well as improve your core function. The inner unit was first identified by Australian researchers in 1999. The inner unit consists of the transversus abdominis, diaphragm, pelvic floor, and multifidus, which are on a separate neurological loop than the rest of the core muscles. Their contraction is essential in stiffening the lumbar spine, dissipating forces away and out from the spine, and supporting the axial skeleton. When these muscles contract, they create an extension force in the lumbar spine that counteracts the flexion force from the rectus abdominis and external obliques. Remember this rule: flexion plus extension equals stabilization.
The outer unit is very important for generating force in lifting and throwing implements. It cannot exist without the inner unit and vice versa. Cadaver dissections have shown that the rectus abdominis and external oblique have the capacity to generate force over the widest range of lengths compared to the other abdominal muscles. Training the outer unit without the inner unit creates a high likelihood for injury. The World Health Organization estimates that there is a 60% incidence of low back pain in industrialized countries throughout any given individual's lifetime. An analysis by the Journal of the American Medical Association on United States healthcare spending between 1996 and 2016 revealed that low back and neck pain accounted for the third highest amount of spending at $87.6 billion. Again, $87.6 billion. This could be avoided with the implementation of excellent core conditioning programs. There are a few exercises that you should be sure to avoid in the gym. Number 1, avoid all variations of the plank unless using a Swiss ball. The plank isolates the core musculature in an ineffective manner. It does not help you stiffen the core in a useful way like the inner unit does. Plank holds will not improve your deadlift, your ability to run, or any other measure of physical fitness. Secondly, avoid the crunch in all variations of this exercise, again, unless using a Swiss ball. Avoid jackknives that are commonly taught in Pilates and yoga environments. The crunch off the floor shortens the rectus abdominis, leading to classic upper cross syndrome, rounded shoulders, forward head posture, etc. Same with the jackknife. In fact, some research by Kuo et al. Suggested that there's a 2.2-fold higher risk of injury in those with spinal curvature disorders. Crunches and jackknives contribute to this type of disorder. Thirdly, please avoid all forms of sit-ups. Even professional athletes still perform this type of exercise, and it is really a shame. There are more difficult exercises that accomplish far better results when it comes to creating explosive flexion of the trunk needed for some sports. Although we won't teach you those in this program, know that the results of what we teach can assist you in becoming your best for many moons to come. This is just the beginning. There are tons of exercises and health tips that are waiting for you around the corner. This is an auspicious opportunity to finally figure out how to train your abs properly while incorporating the lifestyle alterations that have made such a profound difference in my life and the life of those that I love. If you're revving to go, just remember that this stuff takes time. Be patient with yourself as you learn the exercises and know that we are always here to answer questions and help you perform at your best. In the meantime, have fun and celebrate the unfolding path before you.